It is something we have seen time and time again in our community. Pedestrians being hit by motor vehicles, bicyclists being hit by motor vehicles. What should be done? What can be done? Activate SA is a group that has some ideas. Jeff Moore and David Bemporad join us for KSAT Q&A. And guys, your reaction when you hear of these incidents, especially with bicyclists, and the one that happened just outside of KSAT, this bicyclist was pulled over on the sidewalk when they were hit by a car.
Yeah, I'll take that one. It's a shock that runs through the cycling community. It's it's thousands and thousands of bicyclists all over San Antonio, but everybody knows someone who knows someone. So there's a flurry of messages sent out every night, anytime this happens, and it's really a personal thing for cyclists.
Let's talk a little bit about the work that you all are doing to try to curb that problem. David, I'll ask you this. Just tell us what Activate SA does. What's your ultimate goal?
Absolutely. Activate SA advocates for a connected, active transportation network for the San Antonio region to make sure bike paths and wide sidewalks are connected, equitably built, and sustainable to meet our 2020 climate goals.
What does that mean in reality? I mean, what do you guys want to see the city of San Antonio do now as far as this goes?
Absolutely. The fact of the matter is we can't stop every drunk driver, but we can build the necessary infrastructure to make sure that drunk drivers aren't killing cyclists and pedestrians. We can build wide buffered cycle tracks, protected sidewalks with shading and lighting to make everybody feel safe on their roads.
You know, years ago, the city started talking about this very issue. So it's not like, as Steve mentioned, this is not something new that the city needs to address and is trying to address. So are we on the right path as a city? Have we made good strides in the last couple of years?
I think the city's made. Go ahead.
In 2015, San Antonio was the first Texas city to declare Vision Zero, where the goal of having no cyclists, no collisions on our roadway. But in between 2014 and 2018, we did have 121 severe cyclist injuries. So there is work that needs to be done, but our city staff really do care. And we know implementation takes time, but we want to be out there supporting our city leaders and giving them ample community support to implement this bold new infrastructure.
Jeff, you wanted to answer this question as well. I'll let you chime in.
Sure. And the city's doing a great job, but our idea is to get this on the 2022 bond cycle. And if we do that, we can compress the timeline of creating these projects. And they are projects. Each one of them are independent pathways with a beginning and an end that's connecting a population center to something like a trail system or a park. We can compress the timeline rather than 10 years of working on little segments of road that may not ever get connected. We can build out in 3 or 4 years completed segments that have a beginning and end, and they are connective and they are protected.
Is there a level of frustration, though, that it's taking so long? Because I want to say, wasn't there a Broadway corridor plan for opening it up for bikes and opening it up for pedestrians that kind of has been shelved and we don't know what's going to happen with it right now?
Well, we really expected that to have some sort of bike facilities, and it looks like that's not in the plan anymore at all. The bike facilities are being pushed over to either Alamo Street or Avenue B. So that was a big letdown for the cycling community, and that came right in the heels of Tito Bradshaw and Dr. K's death. It was really hard for the community to take that.
And that's something that I want to make sure people understand who may not be into cycling. That's not their preferred mode of transportation. Just to impress about why this is so important. Certainly no one wants to see someone injured or killed, but this isn't just about making sure you can ride your bike when you want to go out and enjoy a Saturday afternoon. This is about being able for a lot of people to get from point A to point B, which has much more far-reaching implications than just recreation. Jeff.
That's right. This is about also equity and economics of the situation. San Antonio's downtown area especially is still a service economy. We depend on tourism. So a lot of people are either taking via or riding their bike or doing some sort of a combination of both of those. So this would also serve that segment of the economy, as well as riders everywhere throughout the city.
It sounds like you're targeting 2022 for a big bond issue to kind of build up some of these widened bike lanes, widened pedestrian sidewalks. Are you getting interest? Are you getting commitments from some of the politicians in the city and county?
Every day. Last month, Mayor Nurnberger noted in a city council session his three top priorities, his three pillars for successful 2022 bond projects: public health, resilience, and connectivity. Those three pillars aren't just part of Activate SA's framework. That is within our DNA, making sure that public health, when you want to get out on a sidewalk, you want to go on a run, go on a ride, that you can safely. That this is meeting our climate goals by getting more people out of their cars and more people walking and biking to work, and connecting not just our 13 regional centers, but between every neighborhood, every major park, and every major civic institution.
We're just about out of time, but I want to end with this. What's your message to drivers who maybe take a route to and from work every day that has a lot of cyclists? Just what would you tell them to look out for, whether that's a cyclist they see all the time or infrequently? What should we know?
Yeah, you should look out. You should watch your speed for one thing. And we definitely want to do something to slow down distracted driving, DWI, DUI, things like that. Those are the things that threaten our existence completely. So definitely keep your eye open. Look out ahead of you. Don't take your eyes off the road, for sure.
Activate SA is the name of the organization. I just want to say, when it comes to bikes and pedestrians, that's one part of what you guys are looking at. But for lack of a better word, a think tank to kind of see how we could improve our community. So I appreciate both of you guys, Jeff and David, for stepping in with us and talking to us about specifically bicyclists and pedestrians. Appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you all.
We'll be right back.